It is super cold. We are getting some snow tonight, and I am dressed in some Christmas plaid. So you guys know what that means, right? I am all about Christmas. No, not really. Not yet. But today I wanted to do this super cute project that I was inspired with a fellow creator. Her name is Patsy Ray, and I got this idea from her. I just love it. She loves red and white. I love red and white. So I really wanted to show you guys this project with my super cool ornament here. This thing is huge. But what we're going to be working with is it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas stencil. So it's this one paired with the Hallelujah. We're just going to use the top today. And then the second part of this stencil is this beautiful Victorian pattern. How many of you guys absolutely adore this pattern? It is one of our best sellers. I personally love this one. So I'm super excited to show you guys what we're going to make with it today. You guys can see my dog walking around the background. His name is Buddy. Pay him no attention unless you love dogs. And this is Buddy. All right, so what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna start out by painting this big guy. And I just have, what is this color called? Imperial Folk Art Chalk Paint. I just love this red. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna douse a big glob of it on here. I have some heat guns. I have some white paint, chalk paste. And I'm excited. Who's excited to get started? I see some of you guys jumping on. I can barely see your comments, but hi everyone. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna move these stencils out of the way so they don't get any paint on them. Move our lovely tacky towel here and our scissors, because we're gonna go ahead and cut those. So first off, I'm just gonna go ahead and start by painting it. And my first question to you guys today is, do you guys have any holiday traditions? If you do celebrate or have a specific holiday, I'd love to know what that looks like for you guys. And I'll share a little bit about me. So with our holiday traditions, we make homemade lasagna for our holiday. And I absolutely love it. My mom has been doing it for quite some time now, ever since I can remember. And I love just being so little in the kitchen, making that with her. And then we pair it with homemade fudge. So do you guys like homemade fudge? It's like one of my favorites. So we do homemade fudge. And then to top it off for like an appetizer, while we're waiting on our lasagna and our fudge to get done, have you guys ever, and I'm talking to my northern people here because I totally think it's a northern thing, is pickle wraps. Do you guys know what pickle wraps are? Let me know in the comments really quick if you guys know what pickle wraps are. Maybe they're not called that where you're from, so I will let you guys know what those are. It sounds intriguing, right? Unless you don't like pickles. Some people just don't like pickles. But I love pickles, my family loves pickles, and we make a thing called pickle wraps. And I'd love to know if you guys know what that is. So while I wait to see if we have any fellow pickle wrap lovers, I will give you the first ingredient, which is pickles. And then the second one is cream cheese. So pickles with cream cheese, that's always fun. And then the third is corned beef. So you can get that in the deli section. I get it like super thin. I see some people actually know what that is. I love it. I love it. Okay, so don't give it away. So you do corned beef and you get them into like a little sandwich, kind of like a deli style cut, pretty thin. And then what you do with it is, so you take about 3 layers of corned beef, kind of staggering them down. You put cream cheese over it. And pro tip, for the cream cheese, I put mine on a plate and I actually put it in the microwave for just a few seconds. So it kind of makes it a little bit thinner and easier to spread. So you spread your cream cheese over the corned beef. and then you take a huge pickle, not the pickle spears, not the little pickle, but like the big pickles, and you put them on the top, and then you work them and you roll them all the way down. Cream cheese spread all over. The more cream cheese, the better, for sure. And then after you have them all rolled together, what we do is we just take a really sharp knife and then you section them off into little bite-sized pieces. So I want to know how many of you guys are going to try pickle wraps. I don't recommend it if you're not a pickle lover because it's definitely a pickle lover's dream. I absolutely love it. So for mine, I do the fudge, we do homemade lasagna, and then we make some pickle wraps, and then, you know, we just watch movies and we just hang out. So those are some of my traditions. How about you guys? I see some of them coming through. So I'll go back and I'll reread the comments. I 100% promise you that, because I'm always about finding new traditions and fun things to do with my family. So another thing, what movie, do you guys have like a traditional Christmas movie that you guys watch? Now I'm all about sharing today. So mine is definitely like the traditional Christmas Story. We watch that quite a bit. We have Ralphie all the time playing. And did you guys know that they made a #2? I don't think that I've seen that yet, but I heard about it the other day, and I think for this year, we're definitely gonna have to make sure we have the Christmas Story #2. I heard that it's when Ralphie is older, like an adult, and I don't know much more past that. So I'm pretty excited to try to figure out where I can buy that, rent that, whatever we do now on streaming channels. But I'm excited. I want to see that one. What are your guys's? I have to try. I'm like a little beady-eyed trying to read your comments. So I hope I can read some of them. So bear with me. And we're almost done painting. That's the fun part. We're just doing this handle. And I'm working the little bit of excess that I have along the way. So then we're not having to add more and waiting for this big guy to dry. Like, how big is this? Isn't this like an amazing surface? I picked this guy up at Hobby Lobby. It is 66% off right now. Well, at least it was when I got this guy. So hopefully if you guys are excited about these, you can get that screaming deal. I think they were like, I want to say $12.99 with 66% off. So I paid like $5-6 for this guy. But keep in mind, I was inspired by Patsy Ray on this, so I am taking her color scheme, her ideas, because I thought it was so cute, and I just absolutely had to have one all to myself. So thank you so much for all of the inspiration. I love our creators only group, and that's if you become a distributor with us, you guys can get all these cool tips and tricks in our creators group. But she is awesome, so I do thank you, Patsy. If you're watching, you are my inspiration for this guy. All right, so I have painted it. I'm gonna let it dry for just a moment. I'm gonna move our little paintbrush here out of the way. And then I have some Clorox wipes. I would have baby wipes, but if you guys know me, I always have baby wipes around, and it's the saddest thing. I have ran out, so I have to get some from the store. So right now I am Cloroxing myself to get paint off, but that's okay. All right, so I'm not red anymore, yahoo! So I have to put the cap on, #1, because I'm a messy crafter, but I'm also a very clumsy crafter. So I have to get everything out of reach because it will knock off and it will go absolutely everywhere. So I have my heat gun here, so it's gonna be a little loud for a minute, but I wanna give it a little bit of a dry quickly so we can put our stencils on and we can get this project going. I'm super excited to show this one to you guys. So I'm just gonna quickly go over it. I'm gonna also let it air dry a little because we still have to fuzz. We still have to cut our stencils, to open our chalk paste. What color do you guys think I am using today? I might have already given away. But what color do you guys think I'm using? What color would you use on a surface like this with the red? Dun, 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 dun. I'd love to know. Hi guys! I'm trying to read. Thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon as we get a little bit into the Christmas spirit. And today, I really feel like I was in one. It is like snowy, it is cold, the weather is coming. Are you guys fortunate enough to have the weather? Or are you warm? Because then I'm also very envious of your warmthness right now. All right, we're getting a little bit dry along the way, especially down here where we're going to be using it. Hi guys! We are just drying very quickly. If you're just joining me, we're going to have so much fun with this big ornament. Just wanted to get it good and dry. Now, another tradition that we do that I will share with you guys, and let me know in the comments if you guys also do something like this. We call it the dice game. Doesn't that sound intriguing? So I'll do my best to explain because, number one, it gets a little competitive and ruthless. Okay, I'll say that. It's kind of like spoons, but not spoons. If you guys have played spoons, also let me know that because you guys, spoons can be like brutal, right? So the dice game itself depends on how many people you have or what you want to do. But we'll go to like a little store like the Dollar Tree or like the Family Dollar or anything that's like very inexpensive that you can pick up along the way. Clearance section at Walmart, anything like that. And then you tailor it to like kids, adults, guys, gals, tools, makeup, anything that you want to kind of throw in there. So what you do is you wrap all of the presents up that you bring for the dice game. Now I'm saying we probably bring like 50 gifts or so. I'm going to let this thing just air dry while I talk to you. So we bring about 50 gifts or so. And what we do is you bring them completely wrapped, so absolutely no one knows, I guess, but yourself, what you've brought, and you put them all in a pile, just all in a pile in the middle of the room. You have like 2 pans, and like if I'm on one side, you're on another side, it kind of just like goes around clockwise, and you put little dice in there. So you roll the dice. If you get a matching pair, so like 2 1s, 2 2s, a pair. Then you get to run in the middle and you grab a gift and you come back and you put it at your feet. And then you keep going until all of the presents are out of the middle of the living room or wherever you choose to play. And then after all of the presents are done, you open them. And then you do like a speed clock round. So it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you prefer. And it's like rapid fire. Like you throw them in the dish, you see if you get a pair. And the fun part is if you get a pair, then you get to go steal a present from someone else. Or if they get it, they can steal it back from you. And after the 5 or 10 minute, whatever time limit, then you get to keep all the presents. And oh my goodness, it is so good because sometimes, you get like a little Starbucks gift card or something like that, and it's like a really hot commodity item, and everyone's trying to steal it from everyone else, and it's just a super fun game. But if you ever Google it, it's called the Dice Game, and we play it at Christmas time, so I don't know if you could do that, but if you want more information, just let me know. Super fun, super engaging game, and it just kind of like breaks the ice and gets everybody together. But it's so much fun. So we do lasagna, we do our pickle wraps, we do our fudge, and then we play the dice game and we watch the Christmas Story. Doesn't that sound just like an amazing day? That today is what I'm envisioning as I do our project, and I'm getting in the Christmas mode, Christmas spirit, because it's right around the corner and I can't believe it. Hasn't the year just kind of flown by? I feel like the year has flown by for me. All right, so now that I have chatted away with you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this stencil. And remember, we're gonna use the top of it. And the top of it says it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. So we're gonna put this one and we're gonna eyeball it, but we're gonna kind of put it more like in the middle here, okay? And then we have our beautiful Victorian pattern. So this one is fairly large. It's a 15 by 15. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna come and butt it up and go side to side. And then we're also gonna do the same on the very bottom. And then to tie it all together, I have made this little wreath that we are going, I guess you'd call it a wreath, little greenery section with a bow that we're gonna put here on the very tippity top to be able to tie it all together. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys are excited. Did you guys tell me what chalk paste color I was using? I thought I'd give it away earlier, but I am just gonna simply use white. Brilliant white here. I think it'll just really look amazing on this surface, make it pop. So I'm excited to be able to use that with our little bit of greenery. So how I did the greenery is I took just random pieces of sprigs. I have like 2 different sections here. I made just a small little bow for the middle, and then to tie it all together, I used a bread tie just to tie it and hold it all in place. And then on the very tip top with the bow, I just did some hot glue there. So I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm excited to show you guys our project and how it's gonna turn out. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it around and see how dry we are. And move some squeegees out of my way. Okay, it feels fairly dry, but what we need to do first is we're gonna go ahead and fuzz these, so we'll have just a little bit more time. I'm gonna put these scissors down here so I don't poke myself, because remember, the clumsy crafter here. That's what you guys can call me from now on, the clumsy crafter. Are you guys like that too? I knock everything over. Oop, I got a little bit of something on here. There we go. Okay. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas first, and then I'm gonna come back in with the Victorian pattern, because I really want this to stand out as much as I can. All right, and I'm just eyeballing. You guys could definitely take a ruler, take a measurement. I'm just going with it. Because then, all right, up here, my guy is gonna be about right here. So I want the Victorian pattern to at least show quite a bit on the top too. Okay, I think I love that placement. What do you guys think? Can you guys see that? Uh-oh, as I move it. What do you guys think? I think that's gonna be perfect. So I'm gonna go up top and bottom down here with that Victorian pattern. Okay, we're gonna go with it. So I am removing my stencil, absolutely love. I'm gonna put my trash down here for the backer sheet so I could put it on after. All right, it looks like I got maybe a little bit of paint, but it's not on the silk screen part, so we are still good to go. All right, so I am fuzzing. If you guys have never used our stencils before, you want to fuzz. If you don't have our amazing tacky towel, you can totally use a household towel. Now, why I say it is an amazing product, number one, it helps with your stencils. It takes that fuzz and the tackiness off of the back, so you're not stretching your stencils once you put it on an actual surface itself. Oop, got a little bit here. A little bit of fuzz came up with it, and I want it in the silkscreen part of the stencil. So I'm gonna go ahead and just grab that as best I can. All right, there we go. Okay, so back to the tacky towel. You want to fuzz because you don't want your stencil to come on the surface and you're kind of yanking it off, and you want to use it multiple times. So what I do is I fuzz, especially the first time I'm using it. But the cool thing about the tacky towel is this backside here is gray. And once you're done washing your stencil to be able to use it again, all you have to do is put it on there and it dries it very quickly. You can kind of fold it together, you can lay it down, kind of wipe it, flip it, lay it down. It's not as microfibery, I guess I want to say. I mean, they're both microfiber, but one side is really for getting the tackiness off, and the second side is really to absorb the water in the stencil to make it dry faster. I absolutely love this. If you guys have our tacky towel, let me know, and let me know what you guys think about it. All right, I have one little piece here that I absolutely want to get out of here. There it is. Okay. All right, now that I have fuzz, I feel good about it. I'm gonna move it slightly over to the side, and now here comes the eyeballs again. All right, make sure everything is great. One more. It is dry, and here we go. Anybody super excited like I am? Okay. Let me take a look. Oh, I think I like that. What do you guys think? Think about right there. Maybe move it just a snaz bit this way. Let's see. Finger. Let's see. Okay, let's break the difference just a smidgen. Okay. We're going with it. I love it. Okay, so I have this one. Again, we're just using the Brilliant White Chalk Paste. I'm gonna go ahead and open it. And I am going to be using a small cut apart squeegee. Small squeegee here. And I am just using white for all of it. So I'm just going through one fluid motion to go ahead and grab all of this beautiful white paste. Concentrating super hard. Anybody else do that? I think yesterday I heard Kathleen say it's really hard to chit chat and talk when you're like chalking, because you don't want it to go everywhere. You don't want to mess up. And I think it's just like your brain too, right? It's just like, stop, I cannot multitask here. Sometimes I can, and sometimes I'm just concentrating. So if I stop talking to you for any reason, I am 100% concentrating. But most of the time, I love talking to you guys. Love it that you guys are on. Love interacting and getting to know you guys better too. Okay, taking a look. I'm just going over it one more time, just in case I had some excess. So I'm gonna make sure it's all in there. All right, all of my excess is gone, so we're gonna go with that. I'm gonna put it off to the side. Okay, and now is the time. We are going to peel and reveal. And then I might squeal, you guys might squeal too, because it's gonna look so good. All right, so let's see how it looks. Oh, it is super cute. Okay, so I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna tack it right here next to me, so I can give it a good wash right after we're done with our video. Okay, so let me move this greenery. So here is the beginning of our beautiful little ornament door hanger sign. Super, super cute. Okay, so now we're gonna go with the Victorian pattern on the bottom and up here on the top. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this one dry. I'm gonna leave the white out. I'm actually gonna put this more towards you guys for a minute, because remember the clumsy crafter here, I need all of this space that I can get to be able to fuzz our Victorian pattern. So we're gonna use basically every inch of this, and we are going to reuse it and move it and use it again and move it again, and I just love this pattern. Do you guys also love this pattern? What is your favorite pattern that we here at Magnolia have came out with? I have a feeling that this one is going to be be the favorite of the bunch, just because I know the market, right? But I'd love to know, because there's been some close front runners, especially some of these recent patterns that we've came out with. Oh my goodness. So I love the cow pattern. That's a fun one to do. I love the Victorian. I love the flower power pattern. That is a tongue twister, right? What other ones do you like? I love the mini plaid and the dots. Depends on the season. Those autumn leaves were super cute. I love the Art Deco. The new abstract lines is an awesome and fun one. I'm a pattern gal. I love patterns. I love mixing it up. Just putting the little bit that you can where you can. Do I have any other pattern lovers out there? What is your favorite, at least pattern and or stencil? Like, what is your go-to? What do you use the most? Okay, I have fuzzed and fuzzed and fuzzed as we were chit-chatting. I think we are good to be able to place. So at the beginning, I'm gonna start down here. Hang it off of my table just a little bit so I can get a really decent line. I want it to be a little bit of a space, so I'm gonna tuck it right under the Christmas. Okay, let's see. That's kind of what I want to do. Give it a little bit of space here. Okay, I'm actually going to turn it this way. I want it this way. It's a little wider, and I want to make sure that I'm getting all of it. Big solid line. Let's take a look. I'm going to come up just a little. Let's see how she looks, right? Okay. Put it, eyeball it. Dun, 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 dun. I think it looks good. Do you guys see it from there? Do you think it looks good? I think I'm super excited. Okay, so I've smoothed it. I'm gonna put it a little bit back on so I can get this little V down here. Okay, I think I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Let's go for it. All right. I think this is gonna turn out adorable. How many of you guys are on a red and white kick this year for Christmas? If not red and white, what are your colors going to be? I am doing red and white, maybe a little bit of silver, gray, maybe some black mixed in, but I think predominantly white and red is what I'm going for this year. What are your guys' colors? I'm almost done with the bottom. Let's remove this excess here. All right. Dun da da da. Okay, that is done. Let me take a look. Oh, some people, what is that, silver? Okay, silver and gold, those are always good choices. Oh, purple, I like purple. What other colors? Those are some great ones. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and reveal. Ooh, looks so good. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, look how beautiful. Okay, let me tack this so we can flip it around and do the top. We're almost done here, friends. Okay, so this is what we have. What do you guys think so far? Super cute, huh? Okay, see it? Looks awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna do the top. I'm gonna see if I could tuck this guy. We might have to undo him. Let me see if I can get, this little rope comes with it. little jute rope. Let me see, I have my scissors here. I'm just gonna go ahead and snip it, and then I can replace it afterwards. All right, there we go. Handle is more important without the jute to do the stenciling, right? Okay. Yeah, I told you guys I'm crazy. Here we go. Go ahead and do it like this. And we're just eyeballing. If you guys are worried about it, don't be worried about it. But you could always grab yourself a ruler, make 2 little marks on either side so then you know this is a homemade gift for myself. So I'm okay with it. How many of you guys agree that getting gifts mean more to you, homemade, or that like you make them to give to somebody than going out to the store? I guess it depends, right? But I love doing stuff like this, especially for people, and they open it and you know it's from you and their eyes beam up and that just gets you, right? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and you're like, Crystal, stop talking to me. It's okay, it's okay. I will stop talking to you as soon as our beautiful project is done. I'm very excited for this one. All right, so we're coming up with the handle here. I'm gonna be super careful on our border line. It looks so good. Okay, there's one side done. Okay, let's get a little bit more paste for this here side. Now, when I lift it up, I'm just gonna simply move it over so we can finish on this other side. Because if you guys know, all of our patterns are repeating. So if you go up, down, side to side, they are the same and should match up together. Might take you a minute with your eyeballs, my eyeballs included, to be able to find the pattern. But just know that there is a way to be able to get them to match up. Okay, so we have our white done. I'm gonna go ahead and peel it to reveal it. Are you guys excited? Okay, so I'm gonna go slow. Ooh, look how beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna move this gal over for just a second. What I'm gonna do is we do need to bud this up. I'm gonna eyeball it here in just a minute. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly go ahead and dry this for a moment so I'm not touching it, because the clumsy crafter will strike again. It doesn't take long for this chalk paste to dry, so I'd rather be safe than sorry, because this is such a beautiful project. How many of you guys agree? Doesn't this just look super cute together? Now afterwards you're like, well, how do you get it from not touching and smearing and this and that? I'm gonna go ahead and spray some clear polyacrylic over it, just like the spray paint that's clear, to seal it all together. You never want to use the polyacrylic that you can put on with the paintbrush. Why, my friends? Oh, hold on, let's see what we got. Oh, gotta get that off of there in a minute. Because the chalk will come back. It can reconstitute itself if it gets wet. So you just want to spray the sealer instead of wiping it. That is a good tip. Okay, so I'm going to move this to the side. We're going to get closer and closer on this side so my eyeballs can see. And I am going to figure out when and where and how, right? That is the question. Okay, so it's right here. I can see it. I occasionally sing to myself, and that's okay. Does anybody else do this when they're crafting? I am a fun crafter. Okay, I see our pattern. Let us be very careful when we stick it down. This one needs to come up about right there. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, looks so good. Okay, so what I am going to do first and foremost, because we use this stencil without kind of wiping it, I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a water spritz. I'm gonna go over it with my finger and I'm gonna kind of water paint. And I'm getting that chalk that is in the silk screen itself to kind of reconstitute itself. So I can make sure when we go to put this paste on that it'll go through the screen. All right. And let us hope that my eyeballs saw clearly and we have a pattern. Because if not, it'll still look okay, right? Okay. We are almost done with this little piece. Are you guys ready to see it? I'm ready to see it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and lift up. And there is our beautiful pattern. I'm gonna put it over here. Okay, now I'm gonna dry this for just a brief moment. Let's do it on the fast mode here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that little piece of greenery on. And my friends, we are almost done for the evening. Can you guys believe that? I love this little vintagey vibe. Awesome. All right, that's just so I don't run my hand over and we have issues. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just putting hot glue to the back of here. And turning it around beautifully. And we're gonna just secure it right here on the bottom of the handle. Getting it right in the middle here. Dun, 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 dun. Are you guys excited? I'm super excited. But our time together is almost out for the day. But guess what? I'll be back with you guys tomorrow for Win It Wednesday. I'm excited. I am going to be using the Home for the Holiday stencil. Have you guys used that one yet? Because we are going to be having so much fun. It's going to be something super different. And hopefully I can show you guys the effect. It is going to be a little bit light out, but we'll see what we can do. All right, so this should be good and stuck together. I'm gonna mess with that bow just a tad bit. And are you guys ready for the finished project? I'm gonna be super careful of this handle since it's still a little wet. But this is exactly what we have this evening. What do you guys think? Are you in love? I am in love. I'm super, super excited. And I'm super grateful for Patsy Ray who inspired me to do this look and idea. All right, guys. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow and hopefully you enjoyed the project tonight. Bye, everyone.